but isn't there somebody that's coming after you in your personal life lately? Yeah, I mean,
there's been a bit of a stalker situation, yeah.
And I mean, and that has to be very scary because I'm a big 6'3", 250-pound guy. No, I mean, you stalk me, I mean, we're gonna have problems. But Melonie, you're great shape. I bet you could kick a lot of guys' asses. But I'm just saying, you know, you're a woman and you don't want to be attacked by some creepy stalker. That has to be very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it was creepy indeed. It was funny because it happened at DebateCon, which we had our panel. Yes.
Wait. Okay, I'm gonna hear the story. So that's where the stalker is. That where they first saw you or something?
Well, he knew I was going to be there because I mentioned it on my Instagram stories, all that, and he said he was like, oh, Melonie Mac, this could be my future wife. I'm going to drive 15 hours and go see her.
No, he didn't drive 15 hours to Dallas. Yes. Wow. What did he do? Did he like bring you like a dead cat or something?
I didn't know at the time at DebateCon when he introduced himself. I didn't know.
And there's like probably like 80 people there or something.
Does he work here? Is he a follower? I didn't know what the situation was at first, and it wasn't until after, because I ended up blocking him on social media after for saying something kind of creepy and gross. And so then he started making hate videos about me and was just very unhinged.
And he has no channel though.
But he admitted everything in like a 40-minute long video where he's like, oh yeah, and so this is my thought process, you know, she could be my future wife, so I'm gonna drive 15 hours.
And did you watch the whole thing?
That. I could only watch a little bit of it. My mods on Discord, they gave me like
they gave you the rundown.
They gave me the rundown
because that would give me the heebie-jeebies.
It scared me because when I showed up, which was at an unannounced time, I didn't show up when it first opened up.
It was all day.
Our
it was an
panel
all day.
Was at 7.
Yeah. For the people knowing, we did a thing called DebateCon where there was multiple debates and there's different topics. And Melonie and I were one of the top or whatever the last topic, and it was a group debate. So he wouldn't have known unless he was like really dialed in. What time?
And so I showed up at like 3:30, 4, something like that, and then he was in the parking lot, and that's where he said, Melonie, and. Again, I didn't know
he was nice at first. I'm guessing.
He was nice, so I didn't really think anything of it. But the fact that he was waiting in the parking lot for me was creepy. And then by the time I left, he left a note on my car. So that night,
when you leave a note on a car, it never is going to be good, guys. Ever. No, like I'm just telling you, if you're out there and you're like, oh, this hot chick, I'm going to leave her my phone number. No, she's going to report you to the FBI for being a stalker. That never works.
Yeah, and I think, and plus he's a lot older, and it was just very
describe the guy.
uncomfortable.
I mean, like, was he was an older guy? Was he fat? Was he thin?
I don't know. Not necessarily fat, but.
Well, do you think he could get a girlfriend on his own?
I mean, I'm sure his age he could.
Yeah, he's older.
But he looks like he's like 60, 65, and I was very uncomfortable with that whole situation. So now it's like, it's just this big thing. I'm like talking to a lawyer about it, trying to get things figured out, because I filed a police report just out of my own concern and all that, and then kind of left it at that, and then on Valentine's Day of all days,
oh my gosh,
I got served papers to go to his court in Florida.
For what?
And I was like, what is this about? And so then I like frantically made all these calls because it was for the next day. I was like, there's no way. And so then apparently he wanted to do a reverse Uno and get me for stalking because he
this guy is insane.
So he was scared of that my followers were going to hurt him. And I obviously told my followers, don't come after this guy or anything like that. But yeah, so then he did that. And so then I was on a Zoom call for that court hearing.
And you did the Zoom court hearing? Oh my God, Melonie, wait, and then you actually did it. So what is he trying to say? Defamation, or that he's...
No, he was just straight up saying, he wrote out on there like, I know she has a gun, and she mentioned that she wanted to go to Disney World, and I live in Florida, so she's gonna come after me with a gun and all this crazy stuff, and then her followers are gonna try to hurt me. And the judge basically, she was like, if I would have seen this before, I would have never got this far. This is ridiculous. And she just dismissed it right away. So yeah, I thought this would just go away on its own, but apparently it's not going to, and I've got to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do.
You do now. At first, I was gonna say maybe don't do the TRO because then it gets you involved with the guy, you know,
Right.
because then now you're involved with him. But now that he's trying to get involved with you legally, I mean, I'm not an attorney by any means. Do not take my legal advice. Maybe you can ask Alan Dershowitz. He's an attorney. But I'm saying now I probably would do something legally because he started that, and obviously the judge sees a pretty girl and some creepy old guy. And she's probably like, yeah, I think I know who is stalking who.
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why.